Hello and welcome to another edition of Shadow of Love. I am Holly, your co-host, writer, intimacy coach, mistress of the night, lover of great white sharks, dark chocolate, spooky things that go bump. And I'm here with my favorite friend and co-host, Ernest. Hey, Ernest.
Hey Holly, what's happening?
How's it going?
I, it's going good. I am dark chocolate and I am spooky on occasion. I'm Ernest. I'm the proud co-host of the Shadow of Love. I am a bartender, restaurant manager, a Southern cuisine chef, a six eye enthusiast, and a lover of all things classic and soul. And I'm glad to be here today. I'm so excited to talk about this topic because it's been something that we've been bugging on for like the last couple of weeks and finally got a chance to like, okay, we're gonna talk about this shit today because it's just been in the air since like what? Since like maybe 2 months this has been bubbling.
It has. It has. Today we're going to talk about mojo, or as I like to call it, feeling myself, feeling myself, feeling myself. And we've been popping off, kind of exploring this topic in our private conversations for a good couple months now. And it's just such a fascinating thing, right? Because it comes and goes at times. I think it can be dependent on whatever circumstances, but for you, Ernest, how do you define mojo? What is that to you?
Oh, for me, you know what it is? Like it's I think it's like charisma or some kind of thing like magnetism and charm, right? I think it's like the dictionary describes it as like magic or a talisman or something like that. But it's like to me, it's like something that you're giving off. It's like you're radiating some kind of like positive energy, like an attraction, sexual or curiosity, whatever it is. It's just something that just starts bubbling, and you start receiving a little more attention than you usually receive out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're getting hit on a little bit more, you're getting complimented a little bit more, you're getting approached a little bit more. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Then you realize like, oh shit, it's my mojo, right? Not to be confused with like Austin Power shit, but like it's a mojo is real, right? It's whatever you're giving off, whatever you're putting out to the universe. It's something coming back in a positive, uh how can I put it? Like it's positive and it's not really aggressive, but it's a lot of, I don't know if it's like lustful energy, but there's something to it. It's really weird. It's a lot of stuff, right? And I know when it happens to me, it's like, oh, that's my mojo, right? And it's been popping over like the last since like November, since like maybe early November to like now. Like my mojo is just hella hella popping right now. I'm trying to keep myself composed in these streets.
I would agree. I think for me, the baseline is just a level of confidence where I'm really feeling at home and happy with who I am and where I'm at and what my life is currently kind of presenting. And I know for me, mine really just started to kind of pop off in December after we kind of, my divorce kind of started to really become complete. It's like, I don't know, it was like some kind of imaginary chain, I guess, that felt like it was like lifted, and it's like, oh, now you can fully present and be that woman. I don't know. I also don't feel like it's like I'm someone where it's gone either. I think mine just becomes a little bit more muted and I don't pay attention to it and I don't cultivate it. But like right now, I'm in the thick of like actively making sure that my mojo is flowing. And that has a lot to do with just doing things that bring me pleasure and joy and happiness, and really not giving a fuck about anyone's opinion, which I think is important. I think you can't have really strong mojo and really give a fuck about a lot of other people to some
Oh
degree.
no, I roll on. It's like every day on my calendar says I don't give a fuck. Like it's always scheduled in there. It's like I don't even have a planner, but don't give a fuck is always on the schedule. Like from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed, I don't give a fuck about like what anybody, thinks about me in the world or whatever. I mean, like my close personal friends and family, that's different. But like strangers and randos in the world, I'm cool on you, like
Yeah.
all day long. I think like mine pops. Okay, like last year, I was dating somebody, and remember that weird day I had? I was telling you about that weird ass that one day where I was like, I couldn't go anywhere. This is a true story. I could not go anywhere without getting hit on.
I remember that.
It was weird as fuck. I went and I was hanging out with this chick for a hot second, and I think we like went to the co-op or something like that. And I walked her back to her job, and we had kissed on Penn Avenue, broad daylight, right? Real mad public display of some shit or whatever, right? I was dressed super cute. I go bounding down the street, whatever, and I had to go to the bank to get some checks because I'm old and shit. So I walk into the bank, and it's a bank where basically it's nothing but black women that work at this bank, right? There's like one white woman I think works at the bank. I walked in to get checks, and I walk in, I say hello to like this lady at a desk, and there's like another lady at a desk. There's like three ladies at a desk, and I go to tell her like because I need the checks or whatever. And next thing you know, I'm like I'm surrounded by women, and I'm like, hi ladies, is there something I could do for you? And the one lady was like, no, we just want to have a really close look at you, like up close. You're a very handsome man. And I was like, oh, okay. Thanks, ladies. It was six black women and one white woman, right? I'm like, I just need checks, right? Walk out, and I had to go to the other side of town. I'm walking down. Where was that? I was in East Liberty, and this dude hits on me like hard. He hit on me with gusto. He came at me with like, he was like, hey, and I was like, nah, I don't, you know, I don't go that way, but I appreciate the compliment, whatever. And he was like, well, you never know until you try it. I'm like, this. I was like, homie, it's not the Pepsi challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I understand the mechanics of it. I'm good, whatever. Like I think I got hit on like maybe 10 times that day. I'm like, my mojo is popping right now. Right. And I was feeling it a little bit. I wasn't being arrogant or like conceited or whatever. I was just like, man, plus I was dressed cute too. But I was just like, man, I need to I think I texted, I was like, I think I need to take my little spicy ass home. I got to get off these streets for something bad happened to me or whatever, before I make some terrible decisions. And thank goodness I didn't go drinking. Like I took my spicy ass home, right? Got off them streets or whatever. And I think it usually pops for me like when I have different energy when I'm dating, right? Like if I'm like excuse me, if I'm like into somebody, whatever, my energy is different. Like when I'm in them streets, I'm not looking for nothing. I'm just chilling. I'm good. I'm in a good place, romantically, sexually, whatever. Like I'm like my needs are taken care of. So I'm straight, like I'm not looking for anything. I'm just chill. I'm just me or whatever. And I think that's when, like they said, like you can't get somebody unless you got somebody, that kind of shit. Like you can't get a job. It's hard to get a job when you don't have a job,
Right.
right? It's like that, right? Like you can't get a bitch unless you got a bitch, that kind of shit, or whatever. So it's like that with me. It's like once I'm like super chill or whatever and like settled, it seems like, and I'm just speaking for me, it seems like that's when people start popping out the woodwork. or whatever. My pharmacist hit on me last week. Hard. She hit on me hard. Right? A bus driver hit on me.
I'll just go back to the pharmacist. And ironic is you're like picking up heart medication, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I got a bad heart. You out here.
Making it worse.
Yeah, making it worse. Like, I got palpitations. Get my pills. Right? Hit on me hard. And I was just like, man, right? I need to take my spicy ass home. Like, I stay off the streets when it's like that. I can't even talk about some of the other as we're not gonna talk about, like, some of the crazy ass shit that happens to me in these streets. One story I can't even make public. It's just dumb right now. It's super fucking dumb. Can't go nowhere.
Right. Right.
Like, if you like 6'2", 6'3", and pretty, you subject to get anyway. It's just dumb right now. I need a handler.
I am your handler.
You are. I need a taser.
You need like an electronic collar. So
Yeah, like I can't say shit. Like I just
when you get out of line, I can just zap you from a distance.
no. It's like what it's like, and it's weird. It's like you ever see that movie? It came out years ago with Sandra Bullock. The white supremacist. Anyway, it's called Love Potion Number 9.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
where she they her and her friend make up this chemical, whatever, and every time she speaks, like dudes want to fuck her or whatever. It's like that right now. It's so weird. I'm like being real quiet in these streets. I'm like, my juicy ass is staying home, or like I just certain places I know not to go right now.
Right.
Like there's troublesome locations in my life, like Kelly's
Right.
in East Liberty, Kelly's Bar and Grill on Center Avenue. I gotta stay my black ass out of Kelly's. It's troublesome.
Yeah. It's a funny thing. And I'm totally with you. And like, I don't give a fuck. Like I was out last night and I was out with a group of people. A friend of mine had like a food pop up and there was music and dancing. And at one point it was like down to like 2 people dancing on the dance floor. And I was one of them, and I am perfectly comfortable. I've never had to be someone who had to go and like, I don't travel in packs, never have. It's not my style. I'm happy to join people that I like, but I've never needed to have other people go anywhere with me. And sometimes I actually just prefer to go alone. And I realized like I was like in my element and I was having the best fucking time and just getting my groove on. And that to me, it's just that sense of, you know, feeling good about yourself, knowing who you are, and being just so comfortable that you can share and kind of show that vulnerability with people and just be genuine. And I think that it's like a breath of fresh air in a world where people are often very much about keeping up appearances and creating an identity that they think people will gravitate towards rather than just like liking themselves for who they are and kind of showing that to everyone. And I mean, in general, I think my entire life I've pretty much been like, I am who I am, and either you're gonna fuck with it or you're not. And I'm perfectly good with that. But I know a lot of people that aren't. Like it takes them effort to have to really be in a space where they feel comfortable being themselves. And I don't know. It's a weird thing because I don't know that I've ever really experienced that. And Ernest and I were talking last week, and him and I share like this experience of having grown up being, teased for our bodies and stuff like that. His nickname was Pud. And I certainly, was in that realm as well. And I really didn't, I was kind of like the ugly duckling until I became a swan late high school, college years. And so when you're in a space where physically you aren't necessarily seen as being valued. You work a lot more on your personality, or at least I did, right?
Yeah, I
And
did.
right, because you have to somehow find other ways to connect with people, because face it, middle school and high school people are superficial as fuck. They're just awful. It's a horrible time. Everyone's bodies are changing, and if your body doesn't match like the societal norm, it becomes a whole thing. So having had to put that work into that, because getting people to know me, I had to show my personality a lot more, and I had to really put myself out there in terms of like my inner person. I think it just, when you combine that with, you know, having fitting in more to society in terms of like the normalized beauty standards, because I think we're both relatively attractive people. It's like, it's something extra that a lot of beautiful people just don't have. They don't have like that, necessarily that genuine ability to really be at home and comfortable in themselves. It's a weird reversal in some ways, right?
Oh yeah, because like I grew like when I was a kid, I was short. I'm not tall now. Like I'm medium or whatever. Like I'm not tall, but I'm not short. I'm like I'm just right there in the middle or whatever, right? But when you're a kid, like I remember like moving to Michigan from Pittsburgh and having like a weird like because I lived I had like a weird like black Yinzer accent and shit, and I was short. I was a little on the heavy side, and had to ride the bus to school. And yo, kids are fucking terrible. Like inner city kids are fucking awful, right? They talk the biggest shit. So I had to like really, I had to learn how to talk shit, right? And I'm good at it, right? I had to learn like just like to defend myself verbally. I had to learn how to like bag on people really bad. Like when I see people, I'm thinking of shit to talk on them. Like you better not have some fucked up shoes or whatever, So like being short, being heavy, having bad skin, wearing, because I'm pretty preppy, whatever. I'm always on some preppy shit, and I've always had my own sense of style. I never really kind of deviated from it, and every time I did, ended up horrible. I'm not gonna talk about like my 1998 shiny shirt debacles. I'm not gonna talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, I literally had to learn how to talk shit. I had to come out of my shell. It had to be more being that, I have these complexes about myself. Like to this day, when people see me, they don't see me how I see myself. Like I'm still a shy, quiet, fat kid. I'm still that person. It's still in my head. And it's still how I see the world or whatever. So like being, cute or whatever, that's all well and good. But it's like my own personal inner image is like I'm still pudgy. You know what I mean? I'm still pudgy. I still have acne, and Vanetta Abrams still thinks I'm ugly. You know what I mean? Like I got these complexes and shit that I've never gotten over. So like I approach people differently because I don't know. Like I've been told, this is weird to say, but it's our show, so I can say it. I think I surprise people because I'm so outgoing in certain kind of ways. You know what I mean? Like in social situations, you know, I can engage with people pretty easily. It doesn't matter like your background. Like I'm easy to engage with, which is kind of off-putting for people sometimes because like I don't know if like if how can I don't know, it's weird to say this. If you're deemed halfway attractive, you can just roll through the world on your looks
Oh
and be
yeah,
an asshole, right? You can roll through the
absolutely.
world on your looks. And I ain't saying that I'm whatever. I'm trying to not I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but I've been told that I'm surprising because like I don't act like an asshole or whatever because like you know handsome dudes can be assholes and pretty women can be assholes but like I'm just a regular motherfucker like Because like I said, like in my head, I'm still, you know, 4'10" and 200 pounds with church clothes on, with acne. You know what I'm saying? In a crackly voice. So for
No,
real, like
I
that's never gone
I get
away.
I totally get that. And I mean, it's a hard thing to kind of overcome that. And, I know for myself, because recently people have like been complimenting me in weird ways, right? Like, I think it was right after my divorce was finalized and I was out, and someone I knew socially was like, wow, you're looking a lot hotter these days. That's like, well, I'm like fucking divorced. It's like, it was like an instant switch, right? And just something in my mental state kind of changed, and that I don't give a fuck really kicked in. But I mean, I've also just been working on myself physically and like taking the time. For me, exercise is a huge form of self-care. And my last relationship, like physically fucking was really hard on me. It was just really hard on me. So like the stress and everything made it really hard for me to maintain like my body the way that I like to. But I will never have a perfect body because I've never had one. Like they're just
You have
parts.
a perfect body. I've seen your body. You have a perfect body. Stop that nonsense.
No, but I mean in terms of like what the typical standard is. Like I have parts that will never fit what that would look like, but I'm at peace with that, and I'm at peace with myself because my body's carried me through a lot. But I still, like don't walk through the world seeing myself that maybe the way other people see me. And I think that gives me a sense of humility to some degree. Like, even though I know that I'm beautiful, and I think, and I have a, and I believe I have a beautiful personality to match that, and I'm a good person, but I still don't quite always see it the same way that other people see it. And so I still walk through the world sometimes a little bit like that. And I'm like you, like I can get along with anyone in the room. And part of that's working in the service industry and just dealing with all kinds of people. And just you learn to navigate that shit so you don't get your ass kicked in like middle and high school too, right? Like you learn how to fucking be on solid ground with all types of people. And I know for me in high school and college, especially, I was never someone who just wanted to be part of like a clique. I really like had a dynamic where I got along with everybody
Yeah.
because that was like my form of survival. And when I carried over into college, it was more just because I was interested in getting to know all different kinds of people. And it's served me really well. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a weird thing to still feel like, despite all of that, like I am still very much an introvert. And I was telling someone this the other day. I'm like, I'm an extroverted introvert. Like I can go out, I can be social. It takes me a ton of energy. So I actually need recovery time from that. And I need down and quiet time by myself. But on the whole, I am the type of person that will generally go in a room and listen more than I talk. And I've always been that way. And I don't know, it's a weird thing to still see yourself kind of like how you were years ago, even though that it's not the same. And I think, like your point, I think people who have always identified as being pretty or good looking, they don't have that kind of mental struggle, right? I mean, they have their own hangups, but it's a different kind of mental struggle than like actively being picked on and teased and bullied for looking a certain way.
Oh yeah. It's like, see, we grew up. I don't know. I'm. I feel like this mojo shit is like, like when you're in a restaurant and you see like a plate of something go by that you want, that's at somebody else's table, and like you ask the waiter, like, "Ooh, what was that?" You know what I mean? Like, "Oh, I think I want that." Right? That's what my mojo feels like. I feel like I'm on a plate, not like I'm a, how can I put it? But like I feel like I'm on a plate and I'm being seen. I'm like, oh, that looks nice. I want that. I want to try that. Right? That's what's happening to me right now. I don't know why it's all going on or whatever. Because like I'm still going through my divorce, so I don't have like you got this like natural glow and shit, like you radiating and shit. My ass is over here still. I'm still in fucking agony soup, right? Just trying to like navigate through this shit. God bless her. So it's like that for me or whatever. Like whatever I'm giving off right now, and I'm like you too. Like I'm because like we're both in. I'm in the service industry. I can talk to anybody. I'm comfortable talking to anybody, and talking to people isn't like an intimidating thing. And like I can do the whole. I'm like you. I think that's why we're friends too. We're a lot alike in certain ways. Like I can be my best own company, or I can be out. I'm in them streets all the time, right? I can be social, or I could just shut down and be quiet for days and not say anything to anybody. Just be real quiet and be real still. So I think my this whole mojo thing, it does come in waves. It has its ebbs and it has its flows. That's why I really don't believe in it, right? I don't believe it's a thing. Like I know, so I'm. It's like you're experiencing this, like this level of attraction, this level of curiosity, whatever kind of magnetism you're putting out there into the universe, and then it goes away, right? It like not necessarily goes away, but it has these dips or whatever. So like right now, I feel like okay, because we've been talking about this, we talk about this off the show all the time. Like right now, everything is good, and I think I know why everything is good. It's because like I'm chilling, I'm happy doing what I'm doing or whatever, and I'm not giving off like I'm trying to fuck energy or whatever. Like I'm just like if I'm out in the streets, I'm having a drink, I'm with my friends, I'm shooting darts, I'm watching a game, I'm eating wings. I'm not bothering the woman next to me or whatever. Like I'm not even interested. Like I'll say hello or whatever. But like also that's the thing too, was I don't know if this is true or not, but when men ignore women, women want that man to pay attention to them
I
to a
think so.
degree.
I think a lot of women, that's it. They, I think for some women, they need that validation of their self-worth, right? And it's like you want to know that someone, notices you the way that you want to be noticed, maybe, especially if you're making the effort. I'm not like that. So I'm trying to explain it and I don't, because I could sit and like tune everyone out and be kind of like you and just not realize what the fuck's going on around me to some extent. Like sometimes I'm a little naive and stupid about that. Like I can't always catch when people are flirting with me
Me too.
because I'm just, this is who I am. And I talk to people and it doesn't mean that there's necessarily anything to it but because I'm a writer, I'm genuinely interested in people and I want to hear their stories. I want to talk to them, you know, if I'm going to flirt with someone or I want to fuck with them, like I'll be really direct about it. Just really direct. Like I want to fuck you. Like I'm just not even going to beat around the bush around that shit, or, I want to get to know you or this or that. But I think for some women, it really is about like, it's a pick me attitude. That's what my daughter would call it. Cece. So my daughter's 11 and she's got the most amazing sense of self-confidence. And I'm just, I love watching her grow up. But she refers to them as pick me girls. It's the girls who like, they need to have that validation. They need to know that someone wants them in some way, or
Yeah.
they, a lot of their personality and who they are hinges on that. And man, there's a lot of adult women walking around in this world that still be putting out that energy. And I just don't fucking get it, because dude, if they don't want to pick you, fucking go pick your own.
That's the thing. Like, why are you mad because I'm not interested?
Right?
Right? Not mad. Like, like I get it. Everyone has their types or whatever. I may not be everybody's cup of tea or whatever. Like, I may not be like on that list or whatever, but like, there's a lot of that. And I can't roll through the world. Here's the thing, like, you can roll through the world on, Like you can roll out in the streets and be like, I want to fuck, what's up? I can't do that shit because like I didn't realize until recent events, some things that have happened to me recently that like because I've been married, I've been with the same person for so long, and I'm still new to this dating thing to a degree. I didn't realize how creepy people have gotten
Oh yeah,
because I
they're
was a
very
house
fun.
cat, right? Motherfuckers, I ain't real like I'm hearing like crazy shit. Like last week, I'm downtown. It's last Friday downtown. I'm walking across Liberty Avenue, and I look down because I thought I had dropped it. Woman dropped her driver's license. Right, Friday afternoon. I'm like, oh, you know, I picked it up, and I went through the trouble of I went to her building to drop it off to her or whatever, because like it's a pain to have that, to go DMV and get a new one or whatever. I left a message on her voice. I said, "Hey, my name is Ernest. I found your driver's license downtown on Liberty Avenue. Just trying to return it to you. Here's my phone number. Right, I work here. If you want to come and pick it up there or whatever, like, but like I just want to make sure you get it back or whatever." And I told somebody the story, and they're like, "Man, they think that you're a creep, probably." No, the fuck, like I don't get why I'm being creepy. I just want to return something to someone who lost it or whatever. But like I'm starting to hear like these stories, like how crazy like people do this wild shit these days to get at people. I'm like, I'm not trying to get at nobody. I'm just like trying to, you know, I'm s- I'm VHS. I'm not Blu-ray. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a decent at most. I'm a decent human being or whatever. And I was like trying to do something kind of like I've texted her several times. I called him like, hey, you know. So I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna put it in the mailbox or whatever. But I'm like, why is this woman like, like I actually sent her a picture of her driver's license. Like, hey, this is in my possession, right? I just want to give it back to you. Whatever, make sure you get it back. But it was just so weird, like, and then something else happened to me not too long ago where there was a mix up or whatever. And I'm just finding out like how I didn't know how creepy and dangerous people have become
Yeah,
out here in these streets.
it's wild out there, especially as a woman, I'm really thoughtful about that stuff. And as much as I like can be a lone wolf, like I always make sure that someone knows where I am. Like I'll tell my adult son or somebody knows where I'm at so that that's just a given. Because it's a little, and it's funny, like on dating apps, which I don't really love, but it's a technology overtaken this whole fucking process. But you can tell people that are kind of scamming because they'll ask for your phone number right away. Right away. And I always fucking report it. I'm like, if you ask for my phone number and the first couple messages were done, like it's gone. I've reported you. Because that shit's
I've
not cool.
never used, yeah, I don't, I like mine fresh.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I'm gonna segue out into being out in the wild because it's just it's too hard to really get a handle. I think people can build these online personas and then they don't really match up to who they are in real life. And that for me is a weird thing because like I said, like I am who I am. And if I say some shit, like I genuinely mean it. But I think people cultivate an image and then you meet them sometimes and it's just like, but this doesn't add up, or I don't know. It's just so much effort too. It's like I'd rather go out. The problem here is like for me, where I live, it's such a small pool of people. And for a town of 80,000 people, I see the same fucking people over and over and over again. So it's a little bit hard, like trying to carve out and find new spaces to meet new people. And um, I don't know, like my kids keep telling me I need to move somewhere else to have a better dating pool, and they're probably right. So
Yeah, I'm considering moving.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
best date that I've had in literally years happened on accident. This on New Year's Eve, I took myself out for this really fancy dinner, and the guy I ended up sitting next to, he was on vacation and had been planning to travel with friends, and canceled the reservations for them, and that's how I ended up getting mine at the last minute, and we ended up having dinner together and
That
hanging
sounds
out.
like some Hallmark movie shit.
Yeah, I know, right? And then we ended up hanging out the next day and watching football for like 6 hours and just chilling, and it was a lot of fun. And of course he doesn't live here, and it's like, thanks universe, and fuck you too, so
That's how it works.
I know.
That's the downside of Mojo too, right? That's the downside. Because sometimes you'll see some shit that you really want. It's like being hungry and having $1,000 in your pocket and Morton's just closed.
Right,
You're like,
right.
fuck. And it doesn't matter how much money you got. You saying you
No,
ain't having that steak tonight, fam. It's just not happening,
right.
right? It's fucked up.
It is fucked up. But I'm keeping myself open to whatever is gonna come my way. And I don't know, that kind of at least reinforced for me that it's worth trying to go out and just meet people organically at this point, you know, and putting that mojo out there. Cause online it's the wild west of fucking shit shows as far as I'm concerned. For
Oh
real.
yeah, because you can. Here's the thing. I remember this is years ago. I was bartending at this place, and this beautiful woman. She was Greek and Italian because we struck up a conversation. She was strikingly beautiful, whatever the standard may be. She was a very attractive woman, and she's sitting at the bar, and I was like, do you have a reservation? Are you waiting for somebody?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm 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 having a blind date." Right. And I was like, "Oh, okay. Whatever." I was like, well, what do you know about the guy?" He's like, well, he said he's tall, dark, and handsome. Because this is years ago. She was talking to him like one of those it was like chat room shit. Like they had met in a chat room. That's how long ago this shit was. Right. This is like pre like match.com, all that shit. This is like late 90s, early 2000s. And I was like, well, did he give you like, did you exchange pictures or whatever? Like, you know. And she was like, well, he knows what I look like because I did some modeling and I sent him some pictures. I'm like, oh, okay. But did he send you any pictures? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh. And she's like, why do you keep saying oh like that? I'm like, I don't want you to be disappointed or whatever. I really don't want you to be disappointed. I don't know you or whatever, but like, I don't want you to be disappointed because like blind dates can be awful. I don't do blind dates anymore. I stopped doing blind dates years ago, like before I was married or whatever. So she said that he described himself as tall, dark, and handsome, athletic, and um I forgot what the other thing was. Anyway, he was none of these things, right? He was none of these things. It was like, and I said, I think here comes your date. There was this guy. He was awkward, out of shape, and he had like roses. He kind of looked like he looked like Lou Costello, right? He looked like Lou Costello. For real, like on God, he looked like Lou Costello, right? I was like, I think your date's here, right? And so she turned around, she saw him, right? She like looked and like kind of like turned and like saw him. And she's like, oh my God. I was like, enjoy your dinner, right? That's why I don't do any online shit because like you don't know I don't know how old that picture of you is. Like I don't
Right.
know. I don't know you all like that. And plus, like meeting somebody, even though it's very hard to meet people in this day and age, because everyone's like awkward and no one likes to talk anymore, whatever the fuck, because everyone texts or whatever. I'd rather meet a person straight up, face to face, and I can gauge immediately, and they can gauge immediately if they're going to be interested or not. Like if this is going to go any further than this moment on the spot, right? And plus, I don't go out looking for it. That's the thing too. When you said the whole thing about like let's fuck, when dudes go out with that energy, it's creepy as fuck, right? When dudes are like,
I'm not
No,
necessarily.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that's creepy. I think it's sexy when a woman knows what she wants. I find that shit attractive as fuck. I really do. Right, but that's just me. But like when dudes do it, we come across a little too aggressively or whatever. It can be aggressive, especially if there's drinking or whatever else involved or
Right.
whatever. So when I go out, I don't go out with the intention of trying to hook up with anybody. I just go out to have a good time.
Well, yeah, no, and I didn't mean that that's my intention either. I'm just saying, like, if something were to hit off, or like you go out and you end up kicking it with someone for a minute, like if that's what I wanted to do, like I would tell someone, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
I'd be
saw them boots you were wearing, so I'm just saying them boots, them boots say a lot.
right. So, but I'm like you, like I just go out to have a good time. I go out to, if I'm going out to meet with people, enjoy the people that I'm with, and take it from there. I mean, I'm also in a space where I'm being so particular and intentional about the company that I keep, that, like, I don't know, like I'm I'm in this 1% mindset. It's like I might date 1% of the people that I encounter, which is it's not a lot. But that's because I know for myself like what I want, and I'm not really willing to settle at this point. So I'm not in this space of having any kind of curiosity, which I would have had in my younger years, you know, about like, well, this isn't quite a fit, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just because you can, you know what I mean? I don't need to do shit just because I can at this point. I really want things to be very, just very thoughtful and conscious and intentional about who entertains my space and my time and my energy. So yeah, I mean, it makes me a lot in some ways. I really don't fucking care at this point. I don't care.
No, I
Having
don't. Like I said, I don't care. But like my thing was really the dangerous thing for me. I'm not gonna say dangerous, but like maybe dangerous was my curiosity.
Oh,
Like
dude,
I was
it's
like, I just
fucking
need to know one
I
time.
I'm probably on my ninth in life, right? Like,
Yeah,
for
like
real
I need
though,
to know one time about her. Like just one time. Just let me
right?
do it one time, right?
I mean, that's
Like
the
I'm gonna do it.
downside to that, like having mojo though, is that you have this energy and it can really get you into situations and spaces because it provides access to shit just for the fucking fun of it, right?
Christmas Eve.
So like it's a wild thing. It's a wild thing to have something that allows you to engage and draw people in and be able to kind of find some mutual attraction and meet people, but then also have it like sometimes just drop you down a fucking rabbit hole of fucking chaos. So I'm being really careful not to be falling into any rabbit holes at all. I'm just sidestepping that stuff. It's like, oh, nope, nope.
Yeah, that done stepped in. Fuck, I done ate all the carrots at the bottom of that bitch.
I know,
Real.
right?
I stay on some whoopsie daisy shit, right? Whoopsie, right? And but
Ah,
the thing is like I don't know, like I'm being mindful of like, man, just take note that like whatever this energy right here is, it's gonna fade. It's not gonna last forever. Enjoy it while you can. And I'm like, I look at it like I look at it like this shit ain't even real, right? Because it can go to any day, right? It's like a
I wonder if it's like a biochemistry thing where like based on where you're at emotionally, if your pheromones change, and that's part of it, like you're literally physically popping off in some way that I didn't do my research for this. I should have. Like physically popping off in a way that people genuinely are more attracted to you because you just have some kind of like Neanderthal type
Some
fucking
unga bunga shit.
some unga bunga, yeah, where people are like, oh, you know. And I wonder if there is like this physiological basis for that. And then as you settle like into maybe something more substantial or a relationship with someone, that kind of tones down because you're now in a space where you're partnered.
I think it's a little bit of both, right? It is both because like being partnered, like I said, people want you when you're off the market.
Mm-hmm.
They do. I don't know why that is, but as soon as you like link up with somebody, all of a sudden your phone's ringing a little more, things are happening, but like you can't, my in my younger days, I'm just like I'll be a kid in the candy store. Now I'm like, nah, doctor said I can't have sugar. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm being
Yeah.
careful.
But at some point that tapers off and you get comfortable and you're just in a space where, like you said, that mojo kind of, fades out because you just, I don't know if it's just you don't need it anymore. I don't know that it goes away. I think it just dims a little bit or just it settles.
I For me it gets, I don't know, like when I get the low, when it's low, oh, don't nobody want to fuck with me. Like my friends don't even want to fuck with me like when my shit's low, right? So like now it's all high and I'm all on some like late, like we talk all the time. I've been on some like I'm on some bubbly shit right now. I'm bubbling. I'm cool or whatever. I'm not gonna say why, but like I'm pleasantly pleased. So I'm chilling, right? And it annoys the fuck out of my single friends sometimes. Cause like I'm this whole mojo shit, like for me, I'm older and I'm really starting to feel like I'm starting to feel older. Like I'm just feeling it in my body. And in certain moments, like, oh, you can't do this shit because you're older. And like my body is telling me things that it never told me before. Like, we're not gonna do that. You better stop now, or whatever. So that's the whole thing too with this mojo shit. I'm realizing that I gotta approach the game like, remember how like Jordan would dunk all the fucking time from the free throw line with his tongue out and all that shit for a long ass time. Then he just started doing fadeaway jumpers and shit.
Mhm.
Right? He kept his feet on the ground a whole lot more towards the end of his career. Not that I'm likening myself to Jordan. I'm just saying like the game changes as you get older. So, and for some reason, people don't believe how old I am. Right?
Yeah,
They don't believe that I'm going to be 50.
I get that too. People are really surprised that I'm in my mid 40s.
And I'm getting approached by a lot of younger women, like in their 20s. In their 20s. Like, and it's cool or whatever.
You met men in their 30s? Like, I don't fucking blame them.
Oh yeah, they're dumb. I remember being in my early 30s. I wasn't shit. I wasn't shit for real.
Millennial men,
Oh, they're moist.
it's not even that I don't know what they are. They're like very, I don't know. It's just different. And some of it is a good different, and some of it is just like make a fucking decision and be like, just be a little bit sturdier in who you are, you know?
There's a word for that. That's called moist. They moist as hell. For real, I don't know what it is. I was raised by a real man, so I'm different, right? But no, I gotta be careful because like I don't want like it's cool, it's flattering to be approached by like a woman, an attractive woman in her 20s. Where like, oh, I still you had that thing like, oh, I still got it. But yo, do you really want to be in bed with a 20-plus-year-old woman right now? No, because you're gonna embarrass yourself, fam. You embarrass yourself. Like, hold on now, I gotta take my pill. Like I'm hold on now. Hey, that hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm I'm on some uncle sex these days. I ain't out there on my porn star shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on some grown up, mature, reasonable sex.
You're in your
Like
Earth, Wind, and Fire
I'm on my I'm on my Frankie Beverly concert sex. Like calm the fuck down.
No more Prince for you.
Yeah, no more Prince. Calm the fuck down. We're gonna do this shit for like, look, we're gonna do this shit for like 30 minutes. We ain't doing this shit all night long no more.
You got
I'm
like
gonna
a
give you a
timer next to the bed. Huh?
look. I do this shit because, like, I used to do stand up. Like, I'm gonna give you a tight 30. I'm gonna give you a tight 30. My stand up show was a good 30 minutes for real. Good 30. We don't gotta fuck all night. Like, I realize I don't gotta fuck all night no more.
No.
I'm gonna fuck you well, but
See?
it don't have to be for hours and hours. That's goofy as fuck. That's a young man's game. Again, fadeaway jumper.
Right.
It still goes in the basket. I'm still scoring, but I'm just scoring different these days.
But I mean, let's be real. Like, if you're fucking all night, what is the quality of the sex? If you're not taking your time, you know, I think that there's something to be said about the quality over quantity as time changes.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Because I don't really feel like that the time I spent, like you said, fucking all night in my 20s is even comparable to like the good sex you can have in 1 hour at this age.
Yeah. I think that I'm more like in bed. I'm more conscious of like what my partner likes. You know what I mean? Like let me give it to you the way that I care. Like let me give it to you like, hey, jot down. There's a little red box by the bed. Put some comments and there's a comment box by the bed. Feel free to fill out the questionnaire and let me know for next time like what's good and what's bad. I'm dead ass serious. I'm more conscientious about sex. So like that all goes into Mojo too. Because like you can be charming as fuck, but you can't be out here like giving out the bad sex too, because that's a one and done,
Yeah.
right? So I'm trying not to do one and done.
A lot of people that are really bad in bed, like just bad. I know this from personal experience. I can say 100,000%. You know, like
Oh, I had a chick that was so bad once, man. I don't know why the fuck I was sleeping with her. Oh my god, she was awful. She was so bad. I wish I had like a mayonnaise packet I could just cut open, just like and done. Like, just fake the shit. Get the fuck up out of here. Like, that was nice. Get the fuck. I don't know why the fuck. I ain't gonna say their name, whatever. Like, it was bad. Here's the thing too. Like, I've given out some bad sex. Everyone's had an off night or two in
I
the
had
game.
I had a one in my 20s where I had been drinking too much and I slept with this guy that I worked with, which is always a bad combination, right? And so I heard back from my coworkers that he said that fucking me was like fucking a dead body. And I I was
Oh shit.
personally pissed at myself, like that I gave off that vibe. I mean, I just was really just intoxicated. And that's when I partied a lot harder than I do now. But I mean, after that, like I was so fucking conscious. I was like, well, I am never ever gonna be that kind of way again. Like my reputation needs to be upheld. Like fuck that. I was so pissed at myself. So
Oh, I was told to get the fuck out. I was escorted from the building. Oh, it was bad. And I knew it was bad, right? I knew it was a badass night. It was like I was drinking and there was this chick. I found her, she was super cute, super cute. And I bumped into her not too long ago, right? But she didn't realize who I was. Because I'm still out of context in Pittsburgh sometimes. So, and plus I don't have any hair anymore. One night I left work. I was a little bit tipsy. I called her up. I wasn't tipsy, I was fucked up. let me just clarify. I was fucked up, right? I was drinking like Washington apples, but like the glass of Washington apples, like Crown and Pucker and cranberry juice, like all night long, just walking around sipping in this red cup, right? I got faded. And I called her up and I was like, hey, you want to meet at Ritter's or whatever? Because she was out and we met at Ritter's. I was drunk as shit, right? And her apartment was right around the corner from the restaurant. So we go to her place, and immediately my throat started itching. Immediately my throat started itching. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, whatever. And we start fucking around. She got naked, and on God, she had the most amazing body I've ever laid. Like, her body was crazy. If Beyonce saw her body, she'd blow her fucking brains out. Her body is crazy as fuck, right? It was magnificent, a sight to see. Good Lord, I remember that shit, right? And I started getting like a little bit wheezy. We're fucking around, and my throat's closing up, right? I'm drunk. Now keep in mind, I'm drunk too. I'm drunk. My throat's closing up. I'm getting real wheezy. And she's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just having a little, maybe it's a little allergy thing." And at some point, my face started turning red, and started my face was the whole time my face was swelling up. I didn't realize my face was swelling up. Right? She's like, "You don't look so good." I'm like, "I'm fine, blah blah blah," but I'm drunk, trying to have sex with this chick, and I can't breathe. And I'm like, I was like, "Do you have a dog or do you have cat? Do you have a cat?" And she's like, "I have two long-haired cats." And I'm like, "I'm allergic to cats." Right? Like I'm very allergic to cats. So at some point, like I can feel like my tongue getting thicker in my mouth. Right? I'm still trying to have sex though. I'm still trying to smash. Daddy didn't raise no quitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here in the game, right? So here I am, like on some ridiculous, like Crown Royal dick sex with my face swelling up, right? Swole up like Hitch, like for real. Like my face was big as fuck, right? My face is big as fuck, but she's seeing me, like she's actually like watching me get sick, right in front in real time, like while we're ass naked. And I have to have sex with the lights on because I'm just like that. So she's just like watching me just get real gross, whatever. The sex was bad. I passed. I couldn't breathe. I ended up passing out. Right. I just, between the liquor and the cats, I just passed the fuck out. I wake up the next day. She gives me a couple of like Claritin pills, right? And then she's like, "Here you go." And I'm like, "Hey, about last night, blah 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 blah." She's like, "Yeah, but you got to get the fuck out." Like, I'm really such like, yeah. She's like, "Take those, get dressed. I got to go to work." Right. I bumped into her a couple weeks after that because I'm like, "Man, I got this blemish on my record." Right. I'm like, I mean, like, I can't go out like that. Like, it was bothering me. So I bumped into her and I said, I was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry about that experience, this, that, and the other." And I was like, possible, maybe we can like get a do-over. And she was like, "Hell no." I was like, "What?" I was like, she's like, "Hell no." That was awful. Right. So I'm like, damn, I wonder who she, and like the thing is, like when you give bad sex out, oh, news travels fast.
Right.
Right. I'm like, fuck, I'm out here. I got bad dick out there in the world. So I'm being careful these days of doing nothing but the good dick. For real. Like that's like in my thing now. Like, you better bring a good dick. Because I'm too old. Like when you're 50, either you fucking or you not fucking. But you gotta fuck well at 50. You gotta know
Right.
what you're doing at 50.
Right.
Right. Like for real, like you gotta be able to get into the game and just like, like if like the star of the team like breaks his ankle, like they can just point to you in the stands and say, "You sir, come down, come down and play." Like, yeah, he called me in from the stands and I'm gonna come and play. I'm serious as fuck. You should know what you're doing at this age, or you gotta stop and just be one of those dudes that's depressed with no sex.
Or you can call me. I'm an intimacy coach and I'll help you.
But that's the thing. I'm lucky I have an intimacy coach,
See?
and my Jiminy and my Jiminy Cricket life partner here. that I always call after I do dumb shit. I never
Yeah,
call you before. I never
no.
call you before the dumb shit happens. I always call you after the dumb shit happens.
And then I'm like, why'd you do that dumb shit? I would have told
Because Pinocchio has to make an ass of himself. Pinocchio wants to smoke cigars.
you.
You know what I'm saying? With his dumbass friends and make an ass of himself. So that's just like,
What for you, like, what experience have you had with someone where they gave off really great mojo, but then the experience was bad for you?
are we talking about my marriage?
No, but maybe.
Bang, bang, bang.
Dead.
There you go. There's that experience.
Like, you stunned me into silence for a second.
It was April 2007. It was a cool evening. Yeah. April 29th, 2007. There you
Damn.
go. Yeah. It was a Sunday. We had pizza and good wine.
Well, moving on. Yeah, I feel that. I would say, well, my ex and I had decent physical chemistry, but over time, that's the thing. Like, when you're in a bad relationship and you start to lose your mojo, because it takes a toll on you mentally and emotionally, right? And at some point, I think it really can kind of degrade some of that confidence and can really weigh you down in terms of, especially if you're starting to question the relationship, because then it's like you're in a weird limbo of feeling like you're not honoring who you are. And at the same time, you want to give that person that you've made a commitment to the opportunity to make things better. But I think at some point it hits your mojo a little bit. And I know for me, it definitely affected like our intimate life. And I felt myself kind of pulling away. And um there were things in our relationship earlier on that I enjoyed that I didn't feel like I could trust him with later. So I wasn't getting my needs met. And I mean, hand on God, like right before we separated, one of the things was that, I had asked for like a break from intimacy because I was like, I need to figure some shit out for myself and need to, sort out my emotions. And it can't be confused with sex, because I think sometimes you can continue along something if the sex is halfway decent, just because you're afraid that you might not find good sex again, because there's so much bad sex out in the world. Like, just there's
Mm,
just so much. You all need to
when you
call it. You all
when
need
you have good sex, you better hold on to it as long as you can.
right,
Whew.
right.
Big up
And
the good
so
sex.
big up to good sex. And so, and in partnership and all those things, right? It all goes hand in hand. But like, I hit a point where I was like, I need a break to, figure some things out for myself and figure out us and all that stuff. And like the last interaction we had before we separated was an evening where, my ex-partner was like, you know, let's have sex. We had this holiday and we've earned it. And I just flat out was like, fucking no. Like, it was such a hard no. And he just turned. And I hate when men do that. I hate when you like turn something down, but then they shut all intimacy down. Like that for me, it's just like, oh, it's so hard on your like emotional state. Cause it's like, I'm not rejecting you, I'm rejecting this act in the moment. And that literally was the last time that we slept together. So it was not fun. And I think for myself though, I'm proud that I was able to acknowledge that I had needs that weren't being met and I needed to be able to sort those things out for myself. And I have zero regret about that in retrospect. So I don't know. Do you have this like, I know for me, when my relationship started to go bad, towards the end, when we would have sex, I would have this mental thought in my head where it's like, this might be the last time we have sex. I better make it really good.
Oh, I had moments like that. Yeah.
I want to go out like on a good moment, you know what I mean? And I would say that I honored that with my marriage, you know, like the last time, like I can clearly remember being like, this might be the last time for a while, if not forever. So need to make sure it's good, because I don't want to look back and be like, oh, that was awful. My performance sucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when you start looking at the tape,
Start looking at the tape.
like that was bad doggy right there. That was not my best work. I should have put my knees up a lot higher than that. That's just bad. Like me, I don't know. Like I can't even recall. I can't get too deep into that one, but like I can't even recall it. I really can't. Right. What I'm doing now, I'm enjoying. So, you know, that's that. Because like I abstained for a while. Like a lot of people don't know that about me. Like I've had moments where I abstained from sex until like I had to get until my head and my heart were in the right place or whatever. Because it's like with me, like I said, getting older, my head, my heart, and my body got to be in agreement for me to do something with somebody.
Right.
Right. Like I can't just be loosey goosey anymore.
That's where I've been for the past year. And I think that's part of, you know, that's part of the whole mojo thing as well. Is I think people can sense when you're at that level, and people want to be part of that. You know, I think whether people admit it or not, they're looking for someone who has that kind of alignment, and who, because it's kind of an all-in attitude, right? And it means that you're not going to do things half-assed, and it's not going to be like weird or awkward, or, you know, I don't know. People can sense that. And I'm like you, I really needed this entire past year plus some to just get my shit straight for myself first, and get myself right, and get my priorities in order before, because you don't want to bleed on other people. That's always my thing too. You know, like
No, like I don't talk about my marriage.
if you're in a breakup or you're getting divorced, and like just do the courtesy of anyone that could be a future person that you engage with, to get your shit in order first. Like just get your, because it's not fun to be with someone who just is in a weird, they're messy. Those people are messy. And I was married to someone who was messy, who never got his shit in order, and I didn't really see it till later. And I just don't want to do that again, you know?
Oh, admittedly, I am a beautiful mess. Right? Like I am a beautiful mess for real. I admit to that shit. Right? When people ask me about certain things, like, yeah, I fucked that up or whatever, or I didn't do. I'm just open about that shit these days because like I don't like carrying it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I don't these days I don't really talk about we talked about this before. I don't really talk about exes too much. I'm more like in the moment with whoever I'm with
Yeah.
or whatever, more than I'm, reflecting on somebody else or whatever. Because like I don't need a ghost in the room with me.
Yeah, I don't do that either. I mean, I kind of process stuff with you and a couple other select people, that I'm not out there actively doing that. Then that I think that's kind of my point, is like that's a bit of a red flag for me. If someone talks like an excessive amount about their ex or their current relationship status ending or something, then I feel like maybe you have things that you haven't really processed.
Yeah, keep your ex out of my apartment, all of them, right? Like you can leave the motherfuckers outside, or you can be outside with them. I fucking mean that shit. I really do. Don't bring your exes into my space.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about none of them because that's the reason why they're your ex, whatever. So like, mm-mm. I stand firm on that shit. Like that's why I don't like to talk about like I don't talk about my divorce too much with my partner now because she doesn't need to hear about that shit
Right.
or whatever. And plus, like I don't like recalling shit in certain moments. It's not good for me. It's not good for the moment either.
No,
Right.
no, when I get asked, because I live in a community where both my ex and I lived for a significant time. You know, I have like a standardized answer I now give, and then I leave it at that. And that's it.
Yeah. If you don't know me, I just say that, hey, we're just working through it. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Little by little. Wish them nothing but the best. That's my standard answer.
Right.
But if you know me, there's a different one.
Yep.
You gotta have a pillow you can yell fuck into.
Right. So for all of our listeners out there, what advice would you give for people who want to cultivate their mojo or just or having trouble finding it?
Don't try to make it happen, right? Don't force it. Don't You have to work on your own level of self-confidence first, right? You have to, a lot of people don't have, it's funny because like a lot of people aren't as confident as they may seem to be. So for me, I had to develop your own self-identity, be comfortable with who you are. Don't try to change yourself for the sake of other people. Be the best person that you can be for you first. Believe in yourself before you believe in others, right? Believe in whatever deity you pray to or subscribe to, but develop your own sense of self. Always and you have to value yourself and stand on your convictions and your beliefs. Don't be flimsy because a lot of that people can pick up on really fast. Don't bull, don't buy your own bullshit.
Mm,
Whatever you do, if you selling bullshit, that's one thing. That's your own trouble right there. And I've done that. But once you start buying your own bullshit, that's when you get into trouble, right? Don't get too arrogant. Don't get too cocky because life and love and people have a way of humbling your ass real fast out here, right? So believe in yourself first, work on yourself, be comfortable with yourself, love yourself, and love and value those who in your life deserve it. And the rest, fuck them and feed them beans, like my grandma used to say.
amen. I would agree with all of that. I think, you know, you have to be really content to look in the mirror and be like, I love that bad bitch. Like, I love
Yeah,
her. That's my bad bitch. Me. So cultivating that sense of self-love and recognizing that we all have something that's imperfect. So it doesn't do well to dwell on that shit. Like really concentrate your effort on the stuff that makes you unique and makes you you. I think spending time by yourself and having the courage to be able to kind of go it alone is really important because if you're dependent on other people to feel like a sense of belonging, I don't know that that's really going to do much for developing mojo. Um, and like you said, like the self-care, whatever you need to do to just help yourself feel loved and cared for. Because I think at the end of the day, like that's a big part of it is just people can see that you as a person love and care for yourself. And so if you love and care for yourself, ideally you have love and care to extend outward and be genuine, just be who you are, you know. There's nothing I hate more than fucking pretension. Like I just and I can smell it and I can sense it and I can see if you're someone who has like a whole facade and like I'm not I'm not into that this year or any year. Really
no,
just
I'm done with I'm done with um the fake shit. I can't do it anymore.
so just be true, be make yourself happy. I think if you make yourself happy and you find joy and bliss for yourself, ultimately people see that and it's kind of contagious. And they're like, wow, you know, It's easier to want to get to know people when they're at peace with themselves.
True. That's why I'm not exercising too much humility this year. It's all about self-confidence and self-building and growth and not putting up with nonsense that I would put up with. That's the part of getting older too, with the whole mojo thing. It's up to you who you choose, right? Just because people choose you don't mean you got to choose them back,
Exactly.
right? So this year is about not even just this year. I'm just gonna say the rest of my life because I'm realizing like shit, I might only have like 16, 17 years left, right? On the clock. I'm gonna be 50. And things are starting to go by faster than I thought they would go. Right. And time is more important to me. It's more important to me than money. Right. Like the time I spend with people. So I'm just being more mindful of that shit these days. Right. Like I'm finally getting why older people act older. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is what old is like. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I get it now. You know what I mean? I realize that time is fleeting and unfair and this shit is flimsy and, dicey on a good day. On a good day, this shit is dicey. So I said something at work a couple weeks ago. I said, I'm not doing humility for the sake of making mediocre people feel good about themselves. Right. Like the whole, like the me mojo or whatever. I am confident. You know me. I'm
Mhm.
confident. It annoys people to a degree. I'm confident and I care about myself. And I think a lot of black men should start caring about themselves and celebrating themselves in a way that's not destructive or whatever, but more complimentary and more constructive. And that's what I'm on these days. And I make no qualms about it. Like me, it's gonna sound fucked up, but I feel like I'm going through the world these days like I'm a neon peacock surrounded by pigeons who just can't fly straight. And if you can't fuck with it, don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah. I feel like I need to wear a t-shirt that just says don't fuck with me.
my scarf game says don't fuck with me.
Right? I feel like that people who have their own mojo and get it would be the ones who would get it. You know what I mean? Everyone else would just be like, oh, I can't fuck with her. So
If you can't fuck with me, you can't fuck with me.
exactly.
That's the thing. Like I'm rolling through the world. You ever see that movie Cars,
Yeah.
where Lightning McQueen says, I bring up feelings in people that they don't quite understand."
Fuck yeah.
That's me.
I'm the same.
Like you got feelings. I'm making you uncomfortable or something. I like walking into a room and making dudes uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind making people uncomfortable either. I think it's for me, it's kind of fascinating to watch. It's an interesting dynamic because it tugs at other people's kind of self-confidence and it makes them question like, is this persona of who I am that I've built, is it real? Is it sturdy? Can that shit hold up? And especially being like a curvier woman where, I could be in a room of like really by societal standards, you know, perfect bodied women. And I guarantee you that I probably will be one of the most confident people in that room. And it fucks with people so hard. Or even with like being around young, like it's different. People don't know what to do with it,
I love it. I fucking love that shit.
right?
I'm like, yeah, I love walking to a room with dudes wearing their goofy baggy jeans. Like, first off, dude, you're too old for that shit. No one wants to see your underwear. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look goofy as fuck to be that old, right? Like, I'm skinny jeans and Chelsea boots and leather jackets and fedoras and shit. I'm me. I'm my own sense of style. I love making motherfuckers uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, you made bad choices at the store, homie. You made poor choices. right? Like this is just who I am, and I'm comfortable. And that's the thing too. A lot of people they perform cool as opposed to being cool,
Yeah.
right? Like you can perform that shit, but like you said, you pour something into it. How much is gonna stay in that glass, right?
It it also cracks me up here because, you know, Santa Fe is a woo-woo hippy dippy community. So you have like all these fucking hot yoga people running around and shit. And like I think I probably irritate them more than anything because I'm at peace. Like I don't need to go and do a fucking downward dog to try to find like my inner connectedness. Like I already feel it and I know it. And I don't it like it disturbs their aura. I can see it, you know.
I fucking love it.
I know, right? It's a
I love
weird
it.
it's my existential kink. I really enjoy that.
I love that shit. Like, your girl's thinking about me, homie. She gonna make you buy some Chelsea boots. She gonna bring some home. She gonna bring
Right?
some home. She gonna bring you some skinny jeans home. I don't give a fuck. Right? It's like having my own sense of style is very, very important to me. Whatever. That's the thing too. A lot of dudes, like I live in Pittsburgh, so man, not a, it's not a fashion forward city or whatever the fuck. It's not, you know. So, and I've always had my own sense of style. Like I've been wearing like fucking Argyle socks since the seventh grade and shit, and Argyle sweaters since I was a
Right.
kid. I fucking love that shit. I've basically been wearing the same shit since I was like 13. Like Alex P. Keaton from Family Ties type shit my whole life. That's just how I rock my shit. And it makes people uncomfortable, right? Because like a lot of people, there's like I was raised not to be a follower. Like my mojo, like my mojo comes from real dudes, right? From real men. And a lot of, like we've had this conversation before, like a lot of dudes are raised by their mamas and they don't realize they have female emotional tendencies and female confidences because like, they was raised by their mama. And that's a whole other story, whole other topic. But like I was raised, but like my grandfather had style. You know what I mean? Like my uncle Leroy, rest his soul, had their own sense of style, and like I learned from like watching real men move through the world for good and for bad reasons how to carry myself or whatever. About like from dealing with real men, and my dad taught me a long time ago never to be a follower. Like
Right.
if he's like the only way you can be free is to be yourself,
Amen.
right? And so like I've always, we don't always see eye to eye, but I've always followed that advice. You can be free when you be yourself, whatever self that is, as long as you ain't out here intentionally hurting people in the process of being yourself,
Exactly.
right? If you like fedoras and funny scarves and whatever the fuck you like that shit. But don't like it because other people like that shit. Like it because you like it.
Exactly. Like I've been a fishnets person for a long time. And you've known me a long time. I'm similar. Like I think there's a lot of Pittsburgh who dress very, I don't want to call it monochromatic, but it's very standardized. And I know that I've never fit that mold ever, ever, ever. So
Non rocket. I don't even own any black and gold shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't own any Steeler shit.
I have one Steelers shirt. I've had the same one for like 10 years. So, but I don't, yeah, no. And even here, like I said, this is very much like a yogi type. It's, I don't know, Santa Fe's weird. And there's it's like a mix of like seniors and millennials. And millennial style, I don't even understand because it's like we're back in the 80s and it's like, why? It's not the good 80s. So I do my own fucking thing as far as that's concerned. And I just don't even care. Like I have no desire to look like all the other women who are out in the streets, period. So I want to be recognized when I walk in a motherfucking room.
Yeah. I like walking in the room like a fucking gunfighter and like goddamn Western and shit. Like a tumbleweed comes down the street, like I'm here for your bitches. I'm here for bourbon and I'm here for bourbon and the baddest bitch in this room. For real. I'm taking both.
Right?
That's just how I roll. I do not apologize for it. That's the thing. Like the whole thing, has to boil down to like how you're like the mojo is halfway real and it's halfway you, right? Like you gotta roll. I roll through the world like a fucking gunfighter. For real. I roll through the world like a gunfighter. For real. I'm like if it's like a little bit of iceberg slam, a little bit of a little bit of Billy D. Williams, you know what I'm saying? A little bit, just a combination of just dope ass motherfuckers from back in the day. I'm a classic like that. And that's just how I roll. I make no apologies for this shit. For real. Take your ass to the Banana Republic and they'll, you know what I mean? Like get online and make some better choices with your clothing. Stitch Fix, motherfucker. Do something. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, yeah, I got a bunch of beads on and that's just me. So like I'm just because you know what I mean, it's like my own skin. I only got one. That's all. And if anybody else wants to touch it, you know, there's a requirement to get on this ride.
You got 6 foot, just kidding.
You gotta be either 6 foot or 4'10".
Well, on that note, it's been this has been fun. This was a good conversation to have, and I appreciate your mojo, and I appreciate you as my friend for
Oh,
sharing.
I love you, Holly. You know I do.
I know, I love you too. And for all our listeners out there, we love you as well, and we wish you nothing but the best for your own mojo. Shout out to our sponsors at Unbound NM and Orgastronomy. And thanks, Ernest. It's been a fun conversation.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
See you at the next one. And as always, remember that if you find yourself in darkness, we hope it's in the shadow of love.